Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and you are you. Today is Friday, also known as Friday, September 23rd, 2022. Let's see here, what happened on this date in history, you may ask? Well, I am going to fill you in on that. Starting in the year 951, Otto I the Great became king of Italy. Well, that's cool. Then doing a pretty good time jump here into 1387, one of the most extravagant medieval English feasts ever recorded held for Richard II and John of Gaunt in London included 14 salted oxen, 120 sheep, 1,200 pigeons, and 11,000 eggs. That's a lot of eggs. That's way more than a gross of eggs. Where's Stu? That's 144 eggs. Oops. 1408, Battle of Alcy, the victory of John the Fearless, Duke of Burgundy over Liège. Ah, John the Fearless, huh? Alright. Oh, with a hat and a face like that, I wouldn't be afraid of anything. In 1561, King Philip II of Spain forbade Spanish settlements in Florida. Ooh. Wow. Huh. So that's interesting. So he forbade his own people from settling the land that they have. That's really weird. Maybe he wanted to keep it like for plantations only or something. Anyway, 1779, John Paul Jones aboard the USS Bonhomme Richard defeated the British frigate HMS Serapis and became the United States' first well-known naval hero. Ah, John Paul Jones, yep. John Paul Jones in the thick of battle. Yep. Let's see here. 365 days later, in 1780, British Major John Andre revealed Benedict Arnold's plot to betray West Point. Ah, good. So even the British were they had more honor than this piece of shit. So, 1806, Lewis and Clark returned to St. Louis from the Pacific Northwest. Ah, all right. I hope you had a really good trek. Moving on up into 1862, Otto von Bismarck was appointed Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Prussia by King Wilhelm I. Alright. Well then, here in 1862, this should be highlighted. U.S. President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation was published in northern newspapers. I'm not surprised that's not highlighted. I'm actually surprised it's still in here, considering how everybody's trying to change history and everything. So... and then 1863, the Confederate siege of Chattanooga, Awooga began. I shouldn't make fun of that. People died, but yeah. Anyway, 1875, Billy the Kid was arrested for the first time and jailed after receiving clothing stolen from a Chinese laundry. He escapes 2 days later. Moving on up into 1926, the upset of the decade. Gene Tunney defeated defending champion Jack Dempsey by 10-round unanimous decision at Sesquicentennial Stadium, later known as JFK Stadium, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the World Heavyweight Boxing title. 1927, just 1 year after, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, directed by F.W. Murnau, starring George O'Brien and Janet Gaynor, was released, later to receive the Academy Awards Unique and Artistic Picture of 1927. Oh, that's pretty cool. Same year. Interesting. Moving on up into 1932, Abdulaziz ibn Saud merged the kingdom of Najd and Hejaz into the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Well, happy birthday, Saudi Arabia. You people. So, 1938, British Premier Neville Chamberlain flew to Munich. Yeah, piece of crap, of course. Yep. Moving on up into 1940, Dutch artist Piet Mondrian left Europe for New York, where he lived for the rest of his life. Alright. 1940 as well, Dutch Nazi collaborator Mussert's first meeting with Adolf Hitler. The Dutch, them and their clogs and their windmills and their fascisms. 1949, Indian owner Bill Veeck held funeral services to bury the 1948 pennant. Huh. I wonder what that was all about. Too bad Scott's not here to elaborate on this. Like, well, why did they bury the 1948 pennant? Let me look this up, actually. I don't need Scott to look this up. Why did they bury 1948 pennant? September 23rd, 1949, after the Indians were knocked out of contention for that year's World Series, the then owner Bill Veeck concocted an idea to take advantage of the lovely championship hangover and boost revenue. Indians curator Jeremy Feller told MLB.com he held an elaborate funeral for the flag. Huh. Okay, so that's why. Alright. 1949 as well, U.S. President Harry Truman announced evidence of USSR's first nuclear device detonation. Ooh. Dang. 1949. Didn't take them quick to figure out the bomb, but then again, Carl Fuchs, that piece of crap. You know, loose lips sink ships. So, 1950, Nobel Peace Prize awarded to Ralph Bunche for mediation in Israel, the first black U.S. winner. Alright. 1952, Ka Liga single recorded by Hank Williams. Huh. I wonder if this was the inspiration for Buster Scruggs. You know, if anybody's seen that show. 1952, undefeated Rocky Marciano knocks out defending champion Jersey Joe Walcott in the 13th round at Municipal Stadium in Philadelphia for the World Heavyweight Boxing title. This guy here, you know, is not somebody you want to be in the ring with. 1952, U.S. Vice Presidential candidate Richard Nixon made his checkers speech defending the gift of a Cocker Spaniel to his daughters. Okay. Nobody cares about your dog, Nixon. 1955, an all-white jury found Roy Brandt and John William Millem not guilty of the brutal murder of black teenager Emmett Till in Sumner, Mississippi, in a landmark case that would help inspire civil rights movement in the U.S. Wow, that is definitely not a jury of the peers. So, wow, that's awful. 1957, That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly and the Crickets reached #1 in the U.S. Nice. 1957 as well, President Dwight D. Eisenhower ordered U.S. troops to support integration of 9 black students at Little Rock Central High School in Arkansas. Good. I like Ike. So, 1962, ABC's first color TV series, The Jetsons by Hanna-Barbera, was first broadcast. Hey! The Jetsons. And actually, wasn't George Jetson born recently? George Jetson. He was born in 2022, but he was... Why did it just say circa? He used to say like August something or whatever. George Jetson birthday. July 31st. There we go. So yeah, George Jetson is out there somewhere. I don't know where, but he's out there somewhere. Moving on up into 1969, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, directed by George Roy Hill and starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford, premiered. Cool. And we have some music history in 69 as well. Northern Star, an Illinois University newspaper, started rumors that Paul McCartney was dead. I think Dad was just talking about this the other day. So, yeah. The whole rumor that one of the guys was dead, and then they pointed to that album cover with the one guy out of step with everybody else. And oh, see, it's a subliminal. They're telling us. It's not telling us. It's like, oh my God. 1971, Jan Vermeer's painting The Love Letter was stolen from the Center for Fine Arts in Brussels by a 21-year-old thief. In 1972, the Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos announced a state of emergency and declared martial law. Dang. How many times has the Philippines had martial law? Martial law in the Philippines. Oh God. So, yeah, it has been, it has its own wiki. It's happened so much. So I'm just going to put this in the underbar for any reading for any of y'all want to see this and see how many times martial law has been declared in the Philippines. But man, dude, look at all this. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of... Holy crap, dude. Moving on up into 1973, Argentine general elections. Former Argentine President Juan Perón returned to power. Oh, God. Here we go again. Well, he was a good guy, it seems. General and President of Argentina. He wasn't a dictator, at least not saying it here, so... Let's see, 1973 as well. The largest known prime number, 2 to the power of 132,049 minus 1, was found with the computer aid by David Salowinski, held as largest until 1985. Huh, well, that's interesting. 1 year later, 1974, John Lennon's single Whatever Gets You Through the Night, featuring Elton John, released in the US. It was Lennon's only solo #1 single during his lifetime. Huh. So, man, that's pretty cool. 1974 as well, revival of Jules Stein and Stephen Sondheim's musical Gypsy opened at Winter Garden Theater in New York City, running for 120 performances. Angela Lansbury won Tony Award for her role as Mama Rose. Cool. 2 years later, 1976, the U.S. televised presidential debate between Republican incumbent Gerald Ford and Democratic challenger Jimmy Carter. Well, looks like Jimmy Carter won because he was the 39th and Ford was the 38th. So, 1978, 100,000 cheering Egyptians welcomed Anwar Sadat home from Camp David Peace Summit. Nice. He must have been cherished by his people. So, I don't know much about Egyptian history other than ancient Egyptian, and I don't really know much about that either. So, certainly not modern stuff though. Yeah. 1979, Jane Fonda and 200,000 attended anti-nuke rally in Battery Park, New York City. Do you really want to stand beside this thing? You know? God, like, relax your eyes, lady. You look like you're on something. 1980, reggae legend Bob Marley's final concert at Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Aww. Bob Marley. Great musician. Then, 1982, Columbia Records released The Nylon Curtain, a singer-songwriter Billy Joel's 8th studio album. Huh. The Nylon Curtain. I wonder what that entails. So, moving on up into 1983, MLB Philadelphia Phillies. Steve Carlton was the 16th to win 300 games, defeating Cardinals 6-2 in St. Louis. Nice. And 1 year later, 1984, NFL San Francisco 49er quarterback Joe Montana missed his first start in 49 games. Dang. 1984 as well, Sparky Anderson was the first manager to win 100 games in both leagues. Huh. So it has to be American League and National League. He's a Major League Baseball player, so yeah. Then, 1987, my year, Nigerian President Ibrahim Babangida created 2 states, Akwa Ibom and Katsina. Alright. And we have a baseball record here. 1988, Joe Canseco was baseball's first to steal 40 bases and hit 40 home runs. Cool. The Shawshank Redemption, released in 1994, directed by Frank Darabont, and starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, as I said, released. Shawshank Redemption, really good movie. 1998, 32nd Country Music Association Award, Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, and George Strait won. Alright, that's a cool hat. That's a big hat, dude. So, 2009, TV comedy Modern Family, premiering on ABC, starring Ed Neal and Sofia Vergara. 2012, 64th Emmy Awards, Homeland, Modern Family, Damian Lewis and Claire Danes won. Alright. 2016, Shawn Mendes released his album Illuminati, debuting at #1 US Billboard 200. Something tells me he bends the knee to the Illuminati in order to even get there. So, you gotta think about it. All these awards, all these, big lists and everything. Who's running it? Who's in charge? Who's in the background putting the names on there? That's what you gotta think about. 2017, U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew invitation to the White House for NBA champions Golden State Warriors after Stephen Curry said he doesn't want to attend. Alright, well, you don't want to go, you don't get to go. You poo-poo head. 2018, 39-year-old New Orleans Saint quarterback Drew Brees threw a 17-yard pass to Michael Thomas to become NFL career pass leader, breaking Brett Favre's record of 6,300 completions. Saints defeat Falcons 43-37. Yeah, it's too bad the bed rumbuser isn't here. You know, he's a football guy. Yeah, we finally got a football guy. Football! Wah! Hand egg. 2018 as well, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Modicare, free healthcare for 500 million, world's biggest healthcare program. Well, probably is a problem. I don't know. Man, so the guy's straight up taking a buck out of Obama with the Obamacare thing. So Modicare. 2018, Tour Championship Men's Golf, East Lake Golf Club, golf course, whatever. Tiger Woods won by 2 strokes from Billy Horschel. Woods' 80th PGA Tour win, first in 5 years. Justin Rose won the FedEx Cup crown, $10 million bonus. That's a pretty good bonus. And then we have Little Miss Lisa Simpson. 2019, climate activist Greta Thunberg scolded world leaders, "How dare you!" for not addressing climate change at the UN Climate Action Summit in New York. Okay, so this is when it happened. Wow, so it's too bad Alice isn't here because she really loves making fun of this little tart. So yeah. 2020, Alexander Lukashenko was sworn in for 6th term as president of Belarus in a secret ceremony amid continued widespread protests against his re-election. Dictator and first president of Belarus. Yep, they got to remove this Dr. Phil-looking guy here. So, 2020 as well, Kentucky grand jury indicted only 1 of 3 officers for wanton engagement for shooting unarmed Breonna Taylor in Louisville. I don't know much about that incident, but everything's always just blown up out of proportions, straight up lies put in, you know, self-identifying as truth, all that stuff. You know, I wonder if that's how they're getting away with everything, having everything, like, identify itself as a truth, even though it's a lie. You know, hey, yeah, that's probably how they're doing it. 2021, just last year, Biden administration and EPA introduced first regulation against greenhouse gases, reduction of hydrofluorocarbons by 85% in 15 years. Yeah, sure. You keep telling yourself that, Jack. Anyway, before we move on into Burst of Deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most, viewer? Like anything that you want to elaborate on, any questions you have? You know, anything you want me to elaborate on, anything like that? Just start a dialogue in the comment section. Come on. We will communicate. Let's move on into bursts. Starting in the year 480 BC, we have Euripides, was a Greek playwright for Medea, born in Salamis, Greece, dying in 406 BC. Dang. Then we have Augustus Caesar, born on this date in 63 BC. Gaius Octavius, the first Roman emperor from 27 BC to 1480, born in Rome, Roman Republic, dying in 1480. And was this the guy who was stabbed? I don't know. It's not telling me. Oh. Well, after his death, he became the first Roman emperor to be made a god. So, alright. Emperor of Rome at the birth of Jesus Christ. Huh. That's really cool. See, who else was born? Kublai Khan, 1215. A Mongol emperor from 1260 to 94. And founder of the Yuan dynasty in China from 1271 to 94. Born in Mongolia, dying in 1294. So, yep. Saw that coming. We have Victoria Woodhull, born on this date in 1838. Hey, that rhymed. American civil rights activist, 1872 presidential candidate, women's suffrage movement. She was a presidential candidate? Wow. She was born in Homer, Ohio, died in 1927. So, wow. Hillary, got nothing on this, actual good lady here. So, we have Typhoid Mary, born on this date in 1869. Mary Milan, an Irish-U.S. patient, Typhoid Mary, the first person in the U.S. known to be immune to typhoid and a carrier of the disease. She infected at least 51 people in New York City. She was born in Cookstown, Ireland, dying in 1938. Dang. I would say get this lady a potato, but I'm not sure. That probably sounds horrible. 1889, Walter Lippmann, a U.S. journalist / political writer, public opinion, born in New York City, New York. We have Frederick Paulus in 1890, was a German field marshal who commanded the 6th Army at Stalingrad and was the highest-ranking German officer to surrender, born in Guxhagen, Germany, dying in 1957. So wow, at least this guy has a spine. You know, at least he knows when to call it quits. So. Then we have Aldo Moro, born on this date in 1916. He was an Italian prime minister from 1963 to 68 and 1974 through 76 as well. Born in Maglie, Italy, dying in 1978. We have John Coltrane. Coltrane, woohoo! 1926, Jack saxophonist and composer, Blue Train, born in Hamlet, North Carolina, dying in 1967. Yeah, it's too bad Muffin's not here. He loves a Coltrane. A different Coltrane, not this guy, the guy from Gears of War. That Coltrane. But still, a Coltrane is trained by any other name. Ray Charles, born on this date in 1930. Ray Charles Robinson. A U.S. singer and pianist who pioneered soul music. Georgia on My Mind, Mess Around, Hit the Road, Jack. Hit the road, Jack. Never come back, no more, no more, no more, no more. You know what? We should start playing that at every Biden speech. Somebody shows up with a boombox, hit the road, Jack, you know. He was born in Albany, Georgia, dying in 2004. Huh. Yeah, Ray Charles, legend. 1938, we have Tom Lester, was a U.S. actor for Green Acres and Ebb. Born in Jackson, Mississippi, dying just 2 years ago in 2020. What date, though? Let's see here. April 20th. Oh, January, March. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That was when I had my 1,000 milligram brownie. So, geez. Huh. Well, at least I partied it up for him unknowingly. Then we have Marty Schottenheimer, 1943, a U.S. football coach, Cleveland Browns, KC Chiefs, NFL Coach of the Year 2004, as well as San Diego Chargers. Born in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, dying last year in 2021. What date, though? February 8th. Wow. Dang, that's 6 days before my birthday. Huh. Bruce Springsteen, 1949, a U.S. Grammy and Academy Award-winning singer, songwriter, and rock musician known as The Boss. Born to Run, born in the USA, born in Long Branch, New Jersey. Damn, this guy got born 3 times. Jesus. And who else was born on this date? We have Hassan Minhaj, 1985, a U.S. stand-up comedian, Patriot Act with Hassan Minhaj, born in Davis, California. Huh. I'm going to have to go check this guy out. And let's see, moving on to the deaths, starting us off in the year 79, we have Pope Linus, 2nd Bishop of Rome after St. Peter. Moving on up, we lost Sigmund Freud. In 1939, he was an Austrian neurologist and creator of psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis, died at the age of 83. Creator of psychoanalysis. So what is psychoanalysis, you may ask? Let's see here, let's look this up. Psychoanalysis is a system of psychological theory and therapy which aims to treat mental disorders by investigating the interaction of conscious and unconscious elements in the mind, bringing repressed fears and conflicts into the conscious mind by techniques such as dream interpretation and free association. Dang. Yep. I'm going to add this little link in the underbar as well. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Let's move on up here. 1973, we lost Pablo Neruda. He was a Chilean poet, residence on Earth. He got the Nobel Prize in 71, but who cares about Nobel Prize after the whole Obama thing? He died at the age of 69. That sucks. Moving on up. We have 2020. We lost Gale Sayers, a U.S. College and Pro Football Hall of Fame halfback, 4-time Pro Bowl, 2-time NFL rushing leader for the Chicago Bears. And source for the TV movie, Brian Sung, died from dementia and Alzheimer's disease at 77. That sucks. Man. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links you may find interesting, which includes, but not limited to, Omni Coalition. For your dose of Bats Events Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time. For your for all of you and all of us, I'm Sander, and you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles! Where's the thing? I'm prepared again. Okay. Bye!